Good morning to all of you that are just joining in right now. Good morning, Robin and John. I hope you're all doing well and having a beautiful start to your day and your morning. But we just give people a little bit of time to find the video, to refresh so that they know where we are. Usually takes them a minute or two to click in. But now I just wanted to really start today with the practice of loving kindness. We form an intention in our mind, and what we're seeking to do is cultivate this feeling of happiness for ourselves and happiness for others, and finally extending it to all beings everywhere. And we don't say all humans, we say all beings, because that is meant to incorporate all animals and all other life forms into the practice as well. So everything that has life in some way, shape, or form is searching for its own happiness. In fact, even if you remember like a little amoeba, maybe back in elementary school chemistry or something like that, where it will go towards food, but if you put something like toxic or poison in the slide, it will actually begin to move away from it. So even that knows that, it wants happiness and doesn't want suffering. So when we practice loving kindness, our intention, the intention that we're holding in our mind, is for our happiness and the happiness of others. But we're not struggling to fabricate this feeling. We're not forcing ourselves to try and make this happen. Through the recitation and the offering of these well wishes, what begins to happen is we plant seeds. And then we just settle back. And really, we don't worry about the results of any of the seeds we planted. Our job is just to plant the seeds of love, plant the seeds of happiness, plant the seeds of the healing and peace, knowing that nature will take its course and that the seeds will bear fruit of its own time. So we don't need to worry about, anything that happens after the process of actually going out and planting these seeds. And we simply plant the seeds by doing the practice, by sitting here and thinking, first with ourselves and then sending out to others, may you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be peaceful, may you be loved. And as we send out all of those energies and those well wishes into the world, we're like those gardeners who are planting a seed, but then, the gardener doesn't go and dig it all up to see how fast it's growing. He just waits, and he knows that if he does everything right, gives it water, puts it in the right soil, gives it the right amount of light, then in time, the seed will just blossom and grow on its own. And it's the same with this. So the unconditional love, that seed of unconditional love and peace and happiness that is within us, given the time, given the right soil, given the right light, it blossoms and grows of its own time, at its own time. We don't need to rush it. We don't need to force it. It will just happen. And so doing the practice of loving kindness is giving these seeds the right environment in which to sprout and grow. So let us get into the practice. I invite you now to get into any relaxed or comfortable position. And you're more than welcome to lay down or sit up, whatever feels right to you. I invite you to close your eyes, but of course you do not have to. You can leave them slightly open. However, closed eyes really do help to lessen any distractions, as well as help to turn our senses inwards. And now let's just begin by maybe releasing any noticeable tension that we might be holding in our body at any place. We can, circle our neck if we need to, or roll our shoulders. You can even release any tension as you breathe out. And now just settle the body onto the space or the cushion or the chair that you're seated upon. Notice the weight of the body being supported by the chair or the ground, Mother Earth beneath you. And now I invite you to begin by just taking a couple of deep, long breaths. So let's take a long, deep breath in. And then slowly exhale or sigh your breath out. And take another long, deep breath in. Slowly exhale or sigh your breath out. And one more long, deep breath in. Slowly exhale or sigh your breath out. And now at this point, I invite you to just allow your breath to settle to whatever its natural rhythm is in this moment. You're no longer controlling it or regulating it in any way. And just allow the breath to be through the nose itself. And just takes a moment now to really center yourself in this moment. Focus yourself on the here and now by trying to be the witness, the observer of the body breathe. Just try to be aware of the breath. Because our breath is the anchor to this present moment. We don't breathe in the past, neither do we breathe in the future. Every breath we take is happening right here and now. And so the only agreement you make with yourself is that whenever the mind wanders, you gently and lovingly just return back to this moment by returning back to the breath. And now I invite you to expand your awareness out a little bit more, moving away from the breath to include your entire body, your entire being. Bring all your awareness and attention to yourself from head to toe. And now we're going to begin to offer the loving kindness to ourself first. That's where the practice begins. We start with ourself. Because if we don't have self-love, we truly can't love another individual. And we can't give away what we do not have. And so while focus and holding your attention upon you, please just silently repeat, or of course if you're alone, you could gently and softly whisper these statements after me. I am loved. I am happy. I am healthy. I am peaceful. I am loved. I am happy. I am healthy. I am peaceful. I am loved. I am happy. I am healthy. I am peaceful. And now please take a few moments to sincerely and wholeheartedly offer yourself your own loving kindness by just continuing to silently offer yourself those well wishes. And sometimes with some people, offering ourselves our own loving kindness can be difficult. We feel we're not worthy or we're undeserving of this kind of love and attention. But please know, if you don't love yourself, who will? Also, self-love is not selfish, it's very important. And so we first start with offering ourselves our own love. For the Buddha said you can search this entire tenfold universe and not find anyone more deserving of your own love and compassion than yourself. And so let us really take a moment to love ourselves. For we are loved immensely, otherwise we wouldn't have been created, we wouldn't be here. It's from an ever-flowing source of unconditional love from which we've come, which has given rise to all of creation. And we are part and parcel of that, a droplet from that ocean of unconditional love. And if you find it helpful, I encourage you to put a smile on your face as you're offering yourself this loving kindness and these well wishes. So while you're reciting the statements, just smile a little bit. Really helps us to feel more loving. Hard to feel down when we're smiling. And just think to yourself, I am loved. I am happy. I am healthy. I am peaceful. And next I invite you to call to mind somebody you know who you love dearly. This can be a family member or even a very dear close friend. The person can be living or deceased, that doesn't matter to the practice. Simply think about or try to picture, imagine, sense, feel, visualize in any way you can someone you love a lot, someone you have great love and respect for. And now, while holding them in your mind's eye, we're going to now turn our loving kindness from the inner and now send it outwardly towards this person that we love dearly. So while thinking about them, while focusing your attention on them, you can do this in one of two ways. You can just think of them and say, may you be loved. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be peaceful. Or you can insert his or her name into the statement to make it a little bit more personal and intimate, and offer it to them by saying, may he or she be loved. May he or she be happy. May he or she be healthy. May he or she be peaceful. And now just take some time to offer your loving kindness now to this person that you love dearly, by just continuing to offer them those well wishes. And just don't let this be a mechanical sort of practice. Don't run through the statements very, very fast or quickly. Really think about what it is you're saying, and really try to generate a feeling that you wish this for these people, or this person, I should say. You know, you're not demanding, though, that they feel happy or that they be loved. You're just offering it to them. You know, you're thinking about them and saying, may you be loved. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be peaceful. Resting in those phrases, thinking about what they mean. And as you just sit back and rest in them, a feeling should, or will, it might not happen right away, depends on how open or closed your heart is, but with time, a feeling will begin to arise just thinking about that statement, may you be loved. And so just continue to offer them these well wishes. And whenever the mind wanders, don't worry, don't get upset, don't get frustrated. If your mind is full of thoughts and very busy this morning, that's okay. Don't judge yourself for that. Just whenever you notice that the mind has wandered away from the breath, or I should say the person that you love dearly, just gently and lovingly refocus on the person, and then just start again. Don't worry about where you might have strayed in the statements. Just think about this person you love a lot and start again from the beginning. May you be loved. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be peaceful. And now next, we're going to move to somebody we know who might be having a hard or a difficult time right now. So I invite you to call to mind, try to picture, sense, visualize, imagine in any way possible someone who might be suffering with some difficulty mentally or emotionally, or someone you know who's suffering with a sickness, an illness, or disease. Maybe even someone who's in need of a little extra healing. Maybe they've gone through surgery or something like that. They're suffering with some difficulty. Please try to picture, imagine, sense, feel, visualize this person before you. Try to see them in your mind's eye. And now, just as we did with the person we love dearly, we're going to try to offer our loving kindness to this person. And so you could just think about them and say, may you be loved. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be peaceful. Otherwise, we can insert their name into the statements. May he or she be loved. May he or she be happy. May he or she be healthy. May he or she be peaceful. And just see how that feels for you. Whichever one you prefer, doesn't matter. And now just continue to offer your loving kindness to this person by continuing to offer them those well wishes. And just a reminder to carry over that smile if that feels good to you. Our meditations and our practices shouldn't be some grim duty. It should be something we look forward to, something we come to with a sense of playfulness and exploration. It's a time for us to not only send out this loving kindness, but a time for us to also befriend ourselves. And while keeping that smile on your face, this is often very helpful to generate the feeling of love and kindness and compassion towards others. And let me just remind you that when we send out this loving kindness, we're sending it out with a kind spirit, with the spirit of generosity. We're offering it to the person, we're offering these statements in the same way we would offer them the statement, may you have a happy birthday. In the same way you wish that to somebody with a generous heart is the same way you would say to them, may you be loved. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be peaceful. You're offering all those statements with the same generous spirit and generous heart. And whenever the mind wanders, you just gently and lovingly return back again. Return back to this person that you are thinking about, this person who's going through some sort of difficulty in their life, maybe emotional, maybe physical, maybe mental, and just offer them these well wishes. We're trying to cultivate a heart of unconditional love, a heart that doesn't ask if somebody's worthy of these things. Trying to cultivate that seed that gives love of itself freely, without expectations, without any rewards. And now in a moment we're going to begin to move to the second half of the loving kindness practice. The first part, for the first couple people that we did, is often very easy to feel loving kindness towards, especially those we've loved and perhaps those who are sick. But now I'm going to invite you to try to call to mind or think about someone who is of a neutral persuasion, somebody who is neutral to you, and by neutral we mean who you have no feelings for, either good or bad. Someone that there's no story attached to them. Sometimes it's hard to think about a neutral person, so examples I often give are maybe there's a neighbor in your community or down the block that you really don't know them, you've never really even spoken to them, but maybe you see them as you go about your day or on your way to work and maybe wave to them in the morning or something like that. Or if you exercise, maybe you jog in the morning or at night or go for a walk or walk a pet. Maybe there's somebody that crosses your paths very frequently, but you really don't know who they are. Or perhaps even somebody that you see a lot in a store you frequent, maybe the person behind the register or the counter. You don't really know them, but you've seen their face quite a few times. Well, now what I'd like you to do is try to think about and call to mind this neutral person. Try to picture, imagine, sense, feel, visualize them before you. And now this is probably the case where you don't know their name. So here it's best to just use the may you be statements, where you would just think of them and now offer them the well wishes. May you be loved. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be peaceful. And now just see how this feels. Offering this loving kindness to this neutral person. Just continue on now for the next few moments, offering them these well wishes. There could be a few things that you notice, because as we do the practice, we're meant to not only be reciting and offering these well wishes, but also exploring ourselves and noticing the quality of this loving kindness. And so you may notice that with the neutral person, one of two things can happen. Either you still find it very easy to generate this feeling of love and kindness towards this person because there is no story attached. We know nothing about them. And so perhaps your love is flowing very freely towards them. Perhaps it's very easy to still generate this feeling of loving kindness towards this person with whom we don't have any thoughts about either good or bad. But on the flip side of that coin, there could be the opposite feeling. There could be the feeling that because there is no story, it's hard to think about this person. It's hard to pay attention to them. Perhaps our mind wanders more. And so we have to keep bringing our mind back to thinking about this person and starting again. That's okay. That's natural. You're noticing, though, the quality of your loving kindness. You're noticing when, perhaps there's no attachment to the person, that the true altruistic love isn't fully cultivated yet. The ability to stay focused upon them isn't fully focused yet. The other thing that you may notice is the lack of intensity in the quality of the loving kindness. And now this could be because with the person we love dearly and those who are sick, there has been a sort of attachment towards them. But with this neutral person, there's really no attachment. We don't know anything about them. So the quality of our loving kindness might not be as intense. And so just pay attention to that. Don't judge yourself for that. Just notice that there's still some work to do. There's still some cultivation of this free-flowing, altruistic love. That's what this practice is trying to do. It's trying to cultivate a selfless love that gives of itself to all beings freely. And so just note how the loving kindness may feel, but again, do not judge yourself if it feels different, if the intensity isn't the same, if your mind is wandering more. That's perfectly fine. It's okay. And if your mind is wandering more, just refocus back on the neutral person and start again. May you be loved. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be peaceful. And next, I invite you now to the most difficult part of the loving kindness practice. So I'm going to ask you to try to picture, imagine, sense, feel, visualize in any way you can someone from the present or your past that you might have had a hard or a difficult time getting along with. Someone who may have hurt you, used you, or even someone with whom you've had conflict. Please, if you're new to the practice or if this is still a beginner in the loving kindness, don't start with the most hated or the most difficult person in your life. Choose someone who's a little bit more mildly troublesome, with whom you just have a sort of slight irritation with. We need to start with someone manageable because we need to observe our reactions without being overwhelmed by them. So just think of this person who may have hurt you, used you, or wronged you, and now just try to offer them your loving kindness by saying, may you be loved. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be peaceful. And just now take some moments to offer them those well wishes. I always share that when someone does hurt us, use us, wrong us in some type of way, recognize that someone acts badly towards us because they themselves are coming from a place of pain and hurt. And we do this practice really not for them or for when we don't come to the practice with a sort of heavy heart, but really as a way to explore ourselves and gently look at ourselves, see our resistance. Where are we holding back our compassion? Where are we refusing to let go of certain baggage? I say we do this part really for ourselves because think about it. If you think about some person that has hurt you or wronged you, and then you become angry and upset in the moment, just by the thought of them, who's really doing that to you? It's not really the person. It's our own thoughts and the baggage that we carry around due to the situation, the experiences we've had with them. So what happens through this part of the practice is it's time to let that baggage go. We can learn forgiveness, not really for the other person. Forgiveness isn't really about the other. Forgiveness is for us. We say to ourselves, we're going to let this go, no longer carry it, so that we can move forward, freer, lighter, and grow in greater spiritual development. We're not papering over what was done to us. We're not thinking that it's okay if we were hurt or wronged or harmed in some way. It's not about forgiving and forgetting. Sometimes we need to remember what was done to us. It doesn't mean we need to let somebody back into our life because perhaps they might not have changed. They may not have done any work themselves. We just mean we will forgive it so that we can move on. And as you become more comfortable with the practice, you will find that you can do this with some ease. Your heart will open in time, and your heart slowly begins to relax. It becomes a very profound, but of course challenging as well as liberating process. Because this is where really conditional love begins to unfold into unconditional love. And this is where we learn to love our enemies, as was asked by Christ. So just continue on, thinking of this person who might have hurt you or wronged you and offering them the well wishes. May you be loved. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be peaceful. And now we move to the final part of our practice, in which we are going to send our loving kindness out to all beings and all life everywhere in this universe. In fact, the reason why the statements are, may all beings be, is because we're not just talking about humans, we're talking about all life forms everywhere, animals and every other form of life. So please just silently repeat, or if you're alone, gently and softly whisper these statements after me. May all beings be loved. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. And may all beings be peaceful. May all beings be loved. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. And may all beings be peaceful. Now please take these final moments of our meditation to sincerely and wholeheartedly offer your loving kindness now to all beings and all life everywhere in this universe. And while thinking about all beings everywhere, I will just continue to remind you to perhaps carry that smile over throughout this practice, offering all beings these well wishes, sending out this loving energy with a smile on your face. Truly helps us. And another little visualization that I often share at this point is, while thinking about all beings, a way to send out this loving energy through the entire universe is we can think of ourselves as like a radio transmitter, sending out loving thoughts, loving energies, loving vibrations in all directions. And one little visualization that you can do at this point, if it so serves you and feels right to you, is when you say, may all beings be loved. Send out or think about yourself sending out a colored energy in all directions for whatever color symbolizes love to you. And then when you say, may all beings be happy, send out a happy energy in all directions. May all beings be healthy, whatever color symbolizes healing for you, send out that colored energy in all directions. And may all beings be peaceful, send out a peaceful colored energy in all directions, moving away from you in all directions throughout this entire universe, spreading these good vibes to one part of the universe to the other. Now again, only utilize that if it's helpful. Some people can find that visualization maybe a little bit more distracting than just sitting and thinking about these statements. So I only offer it as a tool. Do whatever feels good to you. And whenever the mind wanders, just refocus yourself, center yourself in this moment, think about all beings again, and just start again from the beginning. May all beings be loved. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. And may all beings be peaceful. Our meditation has come to its end. You may need to bring some gentle movement back to your body, perhaps by wiggling your toes or fingers. Some of you may like to take a couple of deep breaths, just to bring your awareness back to the body and fully ground it again in this room or space that you're in. And whenever you feel ready, just slowly begin to open your eyes. As always, I truly thank each and every one of you for joining us, for being a part of this group, for coming together as one heart and one mind and sending out this loving energy in all directions to all beings everywhere, ourselves included. I truly thank you for being a part of this group. Please know that these videos can be found throughout the entire weekend, forever. They're always there, so you can scroll through and you can watch this anytime you want to send out some more loving energy to yourself and the world. And I thank you all for those of you who are continuing to invite people to the group. And I hope that we can carry whatever feelings that we do generate during these times together. On Monday, hopefully we can carry it throughout the day or perhaps throughout the week. And hopefully today, what we generate on this Friday morning, we can carry throughout our weekend. Because the loving kindness isn't just supposed to be when we're seated or when we're doing this formal practice. We need to try and send out this energy 24/7. 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, for as long as we're there, trying to cultivate that good heart. So once again, I thank you all, and I hope that each and every one of your days is truly filled with an abundance of love, happiness, and peace. Have a blessed and beautiful day.